As you probably know, I won my first ever limited competition, and it wasn't in just a normal competition, it was in Premier League in season, also in Division 1, bringing home €1,000. Just an incredible feeling. I will talk more about the collection to glory, series, how we will go from here and everything. But first of all, if you're brand new to Sorare, remember to sign up using my link in the description and get $50 after buying 5 cards. And I'm also hosting a Sorare Rivals €1,000 competition or tournament. So remember to go on my YouTube page and check out Friday's videos after watching this one. And yeah, without further ado, as you can see on the screen right here, we actually came first with this team in specific. And in today's video, I want to talk generally about the series. I want to talk about how well we have been doing recently. I'm also going through the Excel spreadsheet and looking how we are currently at. And yeah, first of all, we can just enjoy the screen of this. We got everything right this weekend. Just an incredible feeling to getting a victory and bringing home some money, which you of course are so grateful and happy for. But that isn't the main topic of today's video. It was mainly talking about what will the road be ahead of us in the collection to glory, because currently, don't look at the Gwanyu, that isn't a collection. In the collection to glory, we have Brest, we have Bologna, we have Real Sociedad, we have Newcastle, we have Stuttgart, we have Kawasaki Frontale, and we have also FC Seoul. And those are 7 different collections that are pretty strong when it comes to the collection bonus. And none of them are actually 100% finished, but I don't think it's any point of doing it, because the people that will beat me in competitions are already a lot of percentages over me. The reasoning for me actually wanting these collections is that I can mix between and also go a little bit different, as I did with the Newcastle boys, and win in those special weekends when everything aligns. But the thing is that should we move forward, should we build even more collections, should we move up the scarcities, I think this series is very fun to just keep in limited, and it's much easier and much simpler. So, like, should we move into the challenger section? Because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champion teams, and we have 1, 2 contender teams. So we could move into challenger, and if we move into challenger here, upcoming this weekend, we can go to challenger down here. And here we can see that I have no teams in, or no teams registered in limited. That's because I have no limited or challenger cards in limited. But looking at the prize pool, it's pretty good. If we compare it to contender, I think the overall prize pool is pretty good. If we see here, contender, yeah, oh, it's about the same actually. Or is it actually so? I didn't know it was that close. Okay, so it's very close between challenger and contender. But for example, the Portuguese League, Eredivisie, the championship, and then I thought about championship. Why don't we go for a Burnley collection? Why don't we go for a Sheffield United collection? That could be something very interesting and a little bit low risk also, because hopefully at least some of the players we buy will be starters next season. So that's why I thought about a Burnley collection. And if we can go back to the collections, 24 to 25, there we go. That could align pretty good here in my opinion. If we can get a Burnley collection and maybe a Sheffield United collection. The only downside with the Burnley collection, and I also for example could go for a Luton and a Nottingham Forest collection, because then of course the risk gets even lower, because Burnley may stay in the Premier League, we don't know that yet. But I think the prices will spike a little bit after they have announced that they will go down, or in terms of the table of course. So that is also something that is back on my mind. Let's say Burnley stays in the Premier League, will the prices then drop a lot? And is that a risk I'm willing to take when I can just wait 1 week and see? I'm not sure, but mainly please leave in the comments, what do you want to see more from this series? Do you want me to collect more collections, or do you want me to go a little bit away from it and maybe move up the scarcities, and or just say this series is completed? Now we can look at the spreadsheet. First of all, we have the collection to glory, as you can see. Newcastle, probably the best collection by far now because of the victory, of course. Where the whole collection cost us 202 euros and it has won 1017 euros. So ROI of over 500%, which is pretty unreal, to be honest. And that was way above my expectations actually also. So that is very nice. And also we have Stuttgart, which hasn't actually fulfilled my expectations. It has been some tough fixtures, and in some occasions my key players didn't put up the scores they normally do. But still here, 13 euros and a ROI of a little over 5%, which isn't, of course, looking back at it, the best. And this season also is very soon over here in the Bundesliga as well. And that is also something we need to take in mind. Next season, these guys will be classic season players. Do we want more classic season players? Or do we want to save up the money and use it for the in-season competitions next season? That is also something to keep in mind. But yeah, so with the Stuttgart boys, it hasn't been going too great. In terms of the Brest collection, they have performed way above my expectations. They are actually a very small collection compared to the other ones. And I am on like 3% collection bonus, which isn't the best either. But they have given back big time. 44 euros with an investment of 120 euros. I think that is about 34% ROI, which is very good. And also, yeah, probably the worst collection bought is the Real Sociedad. Just to keep in mind, this weekend the Real Sociedad have actually very good fixtures, so this may change hopefully this weekend, but the only thing we have won with this is one game week. And that wasn't a great game week either, but still 2 euro with a 99 euro investment, a ROI of 2%, a little over 2%, which yeah, isn't the greatest. But still, I think Real Sociedad is a very underrated collection to have in the next season in specific. As I talked about in the video I went through budget collections, I think Real Sociedad, when they find their form, they are a very dangerous team. And yeah, Bologna is another collection that has been decent, but hasn't like fulfilled my expectations. Although this cost 154 euros, but I've given back 29.1 euro, which I think is very strong in general. You can't complain too much about that, and some of these players have also gone up a lot in price, and for the next seasons they have a Champions League and European League utility, so that is also something I really like. And yeah, moving down, we have the new collections in Contender, where Kawasaki Frontal, this will actually be a 5 euro, I forgot to add that up. But very happy with Kawasaki Frontal so far, although I thought actually I bought two bad collections in terms of how good they are, but I think in terms of the budget you get from them, I think it's very fair. And I have a lot of time this summer to just yield back the money. And happy to win something with the Kawasaki Frontal boys. FC Seoul have been far from good, but also extremely cheap collection, which is very good. And yeah, actually one very downside with this I will show you now very soon. But we have 1-0 here, unfortunately. And then we have the extra players, and here, if you scroll down, here we have the rewards. We are still yet to add up the thresholds, and the extra players, you don't need to look too much into that, because we have changed it, and I don't think that matters too much, because either way, we will take 1/5 of a player from any of these collection teams, if that makes sense, into the score. I've explained that earlier. But one thing that is a little bit bad with the FC Seoul collection is that, I need to show this now, if we go to limited FC Seoul, because current club FC Seoul, yeah, we can see that, for example, this goalkeeper here, Bag Jung-byom, he was firstly expected to be the backup goalkeeper after he had been on the South Korean under-23, I think, team duty. But by the looks of it, he has gotten the starter spot right back when he came back, and that is very bad, because as we can see here, every one of these guys we have on over 10%, which is very good. included the goalkeeper I thought was going to be the main starter, Choi Chul-won, but he has been very bad, and he got also dropped, so he scored 0 points in the weekend I needed him the most. And if he would have like scored a normal 40 points, we would have also gotten a reward from there, so that is very unfortunate. And he has gone down a lot in value. I bought him for 21 euros, now he's worth 3 euros, so already here a very, very bad purchase by me. An extreme bad purchase, but the only upside is that I actually managed to pick up Bak Jung Byom, and the downside with this once again is that this is an all-season card, and the all-season card is worth 11 euros and the new season card is worth 25 euros. So if I'm going to be competing against other FCSR managers, I will be so far behind. So I need actually to just try to find another manager to trade with, because this isn't looking too great. And if I'm going to be using him, I need to go a lot different actually to be able to try to climb up the leaderboard. So that is also something I need to keep in mind. And also FCSR, they haven't been good recently, and by the looks of it they are rotating so much now. And maybe one of my worst purchases yet on the Collection of Glory, but we have the whole summer to grind back the money, and I will not say this was a bad purchase yet because we have only had them for a very, very small amount of time. But yeah, my main question and my main topic of today's video is what will we do in the future? And my honest answer is that I have no idea. That is why I made this video. So you guys can come with your input and just give you a fast update about the spreadsheet, how much you have earned on the different collections, and talking a little bit about like the Collection Glory in whole, because the season is soon over for the European leagues. Maybe by a challenger side, I don't know. So please leave the comments, and I will of course catch you next one. Bye bye and take care.